Dear students, in this lecture, we are going to learn about the problems of low industrial development in India, or the examiner may ask you the question in this way that what are the factors that become the hindrance in the way of industrial development of India? Since industrial development of any country, of any economy, shows its soundness of economy. Soundness of economy. Therefore, it is having much importance, great importance in the development of any country, economic development of country. And the main problems, main hindrances in industrial development of India is number one is lack of capital. Till now, you might be knowing that कैपिटल एज वन ऑफ द फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, कैपिटल जो फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन है जिसका हम यूज करते हैं प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस में इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोड्यूस गुड्स, इन ऑर्डर टू कन्वर्ट इनपुट्स इनटू आउटपुट. But in financial terms, in broader sense, capital also includes cash such as money, machinery, equipments, etc. In production process, capital is defined as the factor of production including machinery, tools, equipments, etc. But in financial terms, in broader sense, it also includes cash besides machinery and equipments. Before establishing or before doing any business, an industrialist, a businessman, a producer needs to establish industry, establish firm. For that, he needs cash, money, funds. And that can be also used to purchase, to buy machinery, equipment used in the production process. And in India, this availability of capital to these industrialists, to businessmen, or we can say to producers, it's not enough. And that is the main cause of low industrial development in India. Without this, big industries cannot be established. Therefore, it is having great importance in the development of industries. And when there is lack of capital, lack of sufficient capital available to industrialists, available to businessman or to producer, and it is not possible to have much industrial development of country. Second one is lack of adequate finance. Lack of adequate finance, or we can say lack of enough finance. In order to establish big industries or small industries, an entrepreneur, an industrialist, or we can say a businessman needs money, funds. financial support, and if it is not available, then it is impossible to develop industrial sector. And also this finance, it should be available at cheap rate or low rate of interest. And in case of India, the small businessmen, small producers, they get their finance from money lenders, from informal sector. The wealthy person, the rich persons who have enough funds available, and they lend the money to these small industrialists, small businessmen at very high rate of interest, जिसको हम कहते हैं exorbitant rate of interest, meaning they exploit these small businessmen, small industrialists, by extracting more income from these in way of exorbitant rate of interest, high rate of interest, उन पे ज़्यादा rate of interest impose करते हैं, charge करते हैं. Interest means सूद, because when they borrow money from these money lenders, they charge the very high rate of interest, means exploitation. And it is due to lack of adequate finance from the formal sector, such as from banks, financial institutions, and they need to show their mortgages against which they will get the loan. And these small industrialists, businessmen, they have not enough mortgages to show to the banks in order to get loans. Therefore, they are forced to get their loans from these money lenders, which charge them very high rate of interest. And this is the main cause of low industrial development in India. ये भी एक cause है इंडिया का लो इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट होना. थर्ड कॉज जो है, थर्ड प्रॉब्लम जो है जिसकी वजह से इंडिया लो इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट एरिया में आता है, वो है लैक ऑफ ह्यूमन कैपिटल. ह्यूमन कैपिटल, यहाँ मेरी वर्ड लिखा है ह्यूमन कैपिटल. Human capital, it is an individual, a person who possesses some specific knowledge, particular knowledge. Or simply we can say specialized knowledge, such as skilled persons, unskilled persons, skilled laborers or unskilled laborers. Skilled laborers, they may be called as human capital, as they have some skills, some knowledge. Or you may understand from these examples, a doctor having a particular knowledge in medicine is a human capital. An engineer is a human capital, he possesses a particular knowledge, special knowledge in engineering. A teacher having a knowledge of particular subject is human capital. And in India, there is dearth of human capital. There is not sufficient human capital available who have specialized knowledge in industrial sector. हम अब ह्यूमन कैपिटल की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पे हम इंडस्ट्रीज की बात करते हैं, तो हम ह्यूमन कैपिटल इन टर्म्स ऑफ नॉलेज in the area of industrial sector. In order to establish big industries and industry a particular product, it needs a person, an individual who is having a particular knowledge of that industry, that production technique. And when there is lack of that human capital having a particular knowledge of that particular production technique, then it is not possible to establish that particular industry, such as software industry. We need a software engineers. If that is not available, then we cannot establish software industry. This is also the main problem of low industrial development in India, that is lack of human capital. Fourth one is lack of innovation and research. The lack of innovation and research. Innovation means an idea. When a person gives an idea about a particular technique, about a particular product, how it will be produced or what will be its benefits, then he has to register his idea before the patent department. The patent department gives him a right to produce that particular product with a particular technique during a particular period of time, and no other one can be allowed to do the practice in that particular technique in particular area of production. For India, there is lack of innovation. There is not much innovation in India due to lack of institutions which can develop the area in innovation, and there is also lack of research in India, as only 0.8%, that is less than 1% of GNP is spent on R&D, that is research and development. Only 0.8% of GNP is spent on research and development, जिसको हम कहते हैं R&D, means less than 1% of GNP. How it is possible to have much innovation and research in industrial sector in India? Therefore, India needs to spend more percentage of its GNP, gross national product, on research and development, so that there will be much innovation, new techniques of production, new products will be produced having much demand in the international market, which will boost the industrial development of country. इसी तरह एक और प्रॉब्लम है लो इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का, वो है इंडस्ट्रियल सिकनेस. इंडस्ट्रियल sickness. What is industrial sickness? According to sick industrial companies, Special Provision Act 1985 में यह एक्ट पास हुआ है, जिसके मुताबिक इंडस्ट्रियल सिकनेस ये वो इंडस्ट्रीज है जिनका accumulated loss is equal or greater than to net worth. Accumulated loss is equal or exceeding to net worth at the end of financial year. And have also suffered cash loss and have also suffered cash loss during the same financial year or immediate preceding year. Means for 2 years it is calculated, and what is net worth? It is the difference between assets and liabilities. Net worth is net worth of any company, of any firm, is the difference between value of assets and the value of liabilities. In simple words, I will define the term asset as what an individual, what a firm owns, जो इसका अपना होगा, and liabilities means what it owes, जो दूसरों का होगा, जो इसका डेट होगा, लाइबिलिटी होगा, और इसका जो डिफरेंस होता है वो नेट वर्थ होता है. And it also, this definition also includes cash loss. And what is cash loss? According to this Sikh Industries Companies Special Provision Act 1985, cash loss is computed loss without making provision for depreciation. कैश लॉस में हम कैलकुलेट नहीं करते हैं डिप्रिसिएशन. इट इज द कंप्यूटेड लॉस. कैश लॉस इज द कंप्यूटेड लॉस विदाउट मेकिंग provision for depreciation, such as wearing and tearing charges, जिसके बारे में हमने ऑलरेडी सीखा है. What is the depreciation of capital and what are the depreciation charges? And one more cause of low industrial development in India, one main problem of low industrial development in India is large industries concentrated in few regions. Large industries concentrated, or we can say established, in few regions. यहाँ पे इवन डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर नहीं है। यहाँ पे जो इंडस्ट्रीज है वो इस्टेब्लिश किए गए हैं बिग सिटीज में, few states में। Every state does not have equal development of industries. For example, in case of Kashmir, we have not much industrial development, we have not much industries established here as compared to other states of country, or even if we talk about the industrial establishment in Srinagar and in Jammu have much industrial establishments as compared to Kashmir, and there is not much utilization of resources in Kashmir, which also adds the problem to the low industrial development in India. In order to have much industrial development in India, in country, our state, our region should have much share in industrial establishments, in industrial development. If it is concentrated in few regions, in few states, in few cities, then the country will not have much industrial development. It will lag behind in the industrial development of other countries. These were the main problems of low industrial development in India, or we can say the factors that become the hindrance in the way of industrial development of country. Or you can also write this if you are asked what are the causes of low industrial development in India. I hope you have got all these important points. Thanks. Best of luck.